Their backcourt has really answered the bell. Pangos has been outstanding. Gary Bell Jr. has been exceptional.
Holloway going to work against Hart, and one. Man, he is special. Hart did about everything he could. Stayed with him.
Mark Few is playing the possession game. Defensively, he has his best defenders on the floor, which would include Mike Hart. And now he's putting his offensive guys back in, because as good as David Stockton can be offensively, certain teams have been able to take advantage of him on the defensive end. So Coach Mark Few, yet again, showing his brilliance in substitutions.
Big miss right there. And then Pangos gets fouled. To Holloway, only 4 points in the first half, 9 in the second half, but was not able to complete that three-point play.
An 84% free throw shooter, doesn't miss very many. John, I was wondering if there would be a little bit of a hangover effect from that whole fight with Cincinnati, them having one out of three of their last games, and they've just not. You could see glimpses of what they were, but they've not been able to quite put it together. And I'm wondering if there's an emotional cloud still hanging over this team that they're going to have to battle through.
I mean, look, they participated in it, helped create it, but yes. I do think that the media aspect has to factor in. I mean, you're in a position right now where if you're Xavier, nationally, you're still in a stretch where if you hear the Xavier name, not far behind is going to be mentioned the fight.
And especially when you see the way Holloway has played. He's such a confident basketball player, but I've watched his body language tonight. At times, he's been really down, and that's not Holloway.
Yeah, I mean, he almost feels as if he's playing under the weather, like he's sick or something, because he hasn't brought the energy that you're quite used to seeing from him. Not as assertive.
Yeah. Especially in crucial points of the game, because he's a guy who wants the basketball in his hands. And not that he's shied away from it, but the energy that we're used to seeing from Holloway has not been there consistently tonight.
Now, we talked about the change as far as the defensive end. And tonight, that trend continuing. Gonzaga at 44%. And that was really the big switch after going 8-0, holding the opposition at 35% and 61 points a game. The shift has been at the defensive end. And that trend is continued. Again, I would still say that tonight, shooting 41% from the floor, including 3 of 18 from 3, has been a big part of the reason why. They've had a difficult time. Xavier has controlling Sam Dower.
And Sam Dower is exactly what Xavier needs, a stretch four who can step outside and shoot the basketball, opening up the lanes. I've been impressed with his footwork tonight, his focus. Again, the entire bench for Gonzaga tonight on a night where Kevin Pangos has been really ineffective in this game. Robert Sacre nursing that dislocated thumb has been ineffective, and you look for other guys to come and give you some energy and some production, and the bench has been that for the Zags. Much of that, of course, coming from Sam Dower.
Coming up, Oregon and Washington out in Seattle. And that's going to tip at 10:10 Eastern. Dave Fleming, Sean Farnham standing by with the call.
Hey, John, I'm going to say this too. Gonzaga is better than people think they are. Elias Harris is back to playing at an elite level. Robert Sacre, of course, is always good inside. And the only question that they had was, how about their backcourt? And Gary Bell Jr., Pangos, David Stockton. And now with Guy Landry, Eddie back in the lineup. Now they have some explosiveness from the wing. This is going to be a really tough team to beat in the WCC.
Pangos and Bell very steady. And Bell, especially at the defensive end, has been something else.
And he's not only doing it on the defensive end, but because, you know, sometimes you get a defensive player that can't give you any offense, but he's shown his ability to be able to get to the rim, can make some open shots, 3 of 6 from the floor in this game. It's going to be a wild race in the WCC. Wow.
It'll be a lot of fun. St. Mary's, Gonzaga, and now BYU in the mix.
Don't overlook Santa Clara either.
Holloway scoops it in. 4.5 to go in this one. Bell gets it in, and they'll foul Pangos. That'll pretty much do it here at Cintas Center. Gonzaga coming up on Thursday. They'll take on Pepperdine, and then Santa Clara January 7th, St. Mary's January 12th, and that'll be on ESPN2, and then later on Loyola Marymount and San Francisco.
Matthew Dellavedova coming back into form. He's looking pretty good. He's one of those guys too, I feel like, has been around for years. Talking about Kevin Jones.
Yeah, out of West Virginia.
Yeah.
Guys that, well, Robert Sacre we were joking about. I feel like Robert Sacre has been at Gonzaga forever. 50-year guy. And that'll do it. 72-65 the final score for LaFonso Ellis and our entire crew. I'm John Shambi from Cincinnati.